I'm not a huge fan of long introductions or deck text, so I'm going to keep this short. We're playing Selvala, Heart of the Wilds, one of the top tier combo decks in the format. The point of the deck is to drop down Selvala and use her to generate a ton of mana and play giant creatures. There's a few low cost creatures that don't stick around for very long, but can be used to generate a bunch of mana with Selvala, and Invigorate can pump creatures by 4 power for 0 mana. There are also several ways to untap Selvala and generate even more mana, including Umbral Mantle, which can generate infinite mana. Most of the rest of the deck is mana ramp, big creatures, and ways to get big creatures in your hand. Of all the decks in the format, this deck has the greatest chance of legitimately casting Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. This should be fun. So I've got a game with Selvala. I haven't really tried this deck much, so I don't know. It's going to be a little bit of a learning process. I hope you guys don't mind, but I thought it'd be decent to go into it kind of fresh and see what happens, and maybe you guys can learn some of the things with me. This looks like an easily keepable hand. We're playing against Tasigur, so that might make it a little bit harder. This Arbor Elf is a good start. And we're on the play. Do we go for the turn 2 Selvala? Looks like he's trying to decide what he wants to do. Don't have much to do with the Selvala. Fauna Shaman plays around Daze. And gives us something to do later. We can play the Crystal Vein on the following turn and leave up mana. I think that's probably... And we'll drop the Finhorn Elves if he doesn't... Either way, if he interrupts the Fauna Shaman or not. Do it this way. It's just a little bit easier. And he is F6. So we got some really good mana. We can crystal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Selvala, get a creature. Tap Selvala. We don't even need to use the Crystal Shard. We can... Selvala wouldn't have haste. So, we can... Oh, we don't have a creature to discard. Maybe we should have held on to the Finhorn Elves. So we draw a creature. It looks like Tasigur's already he's already trying to figure out what he wants to do. He's not. Expedition map is a strange one. All right, looks like he's looking to mana ramp. We draw a forest. Doesn't help us that much. Let's drop Selvala. He's F6'd. I don't think he wants to block any of these, and we don't actually care if he does. He might be able to drop a Tasigur and draw a card off of that Tasigur because of our Selvala. I definitely think I should have probably... I was thinking of a haste Selvala for some reason, and there's only a couple ways to actually give it haste. And so I should have held on to the Finhorn Elves. There was no reason to play it. So that's One of those learning experiences I was talking about. Crack expedition map, get a land, because it doesn't look like you have a land yet. Elvish Visionary. This is a strange deck we're playing against. I'd really like to draw a creature next turn. Okay, he's got a Simic Growth Chamber. I've never seen a Tasigur deck play this many elves. Tasigur himself is not an elf. He's a human shaman. Alright, that's a creature. So we can gain a bunch of life, or if we give him life, he's F6'd. What do we cast? We can World Breaker? The Simic Growth Chamber. That actually seems really good. Gives us a 5/7 next turn. Let's do that. Okay, he sees a World Breaker and he decides that that's all he needs to see. Got another game with the Selvala deck. I am going second, playing against Sliver Queen. So probably not actual slivers, probably just a 5-color good stuff deck. Sometimes it's actual slivers. We'll keep this relatively slow hand. Lifecrafter's Bestiary is pretty good in grindy matchups, which I think a Sliver Queen matchup is generally going to be pretty grindy. Although we might just be able to power out. Could just Thought Not Seize him next turn. Or Lifecrafter's Bestiary. See what he does. If he goes counterspells down, a morph. I think I like playing Selvala here. We can play Thought Not Caesar next turn. Thought Not Seer. And then still tap Selvala for 4 mana. We even draw a card off Thought Not Seer. Don't know what this morph is. There's only a few morphs that are generally playable. Den Protector is one of them. Oh, Rattleclaw. Okay, that one's pretty playable. Is he just getting a turn 5 Sliver Queen? Vraska. Looks like he's looking to kill our Selvala. I maybe should have saw that coming. Not Vraska specifically, because who sees Vraska coming? Hopefully we can get rid of another kill spell. Oh, geez. That's a lot of gas there. There's a threat. I think Worm Coil Engine is the most problematic. Well, Obsidet isn't... He can't cast Obsidet right now. If he plays a white mana, he can play Thragtest next turn. He has to draw a land to play Worm Coil Engine. It's a tough one, actually. I guess we take the Thragtusk. Vraska actually seems pretty good in this format. He drew a Demonic Tutor. And he gets a Courser. What's in our deck that we can Worldly Tutor for? I'd really like to get rid of that thing. That doesn't hit Planeswalkers. Legion Sage. I don't know. We got 6 mana. No, 5 mana. Acidic Slime. Rock. I guess I just have to sack the Thought-Knot Seer into it. Let's Worldly Tutor. Gotta play something next turn. I guess E-Witness is pretty good. Makes his Liliana here pretty poor. Alright, you get a card. Just get the Worldly Tutor back. Go for Primetime next turn. Now let's take cards out of his hand. Yeah, so this is a Planeswalker deck. And I think we're going to have some trouble beating it. That's a strange play. Merciless Eviction. Jeez, this deck is after my throat. I have a hard time getting Selvala to stick. It's got the alright. Let's take something out of his hand. I think Tameo is the worst. Play a bestiary. That'll help us in this grindy matchup. At least Tooth and Nail is pretty good, but Entwined it's 9 mana. We're at 6 so far. He can Merciless Eviction for artifacts, but then he can't do it for Primal Bounty is really good as well. He's not drawing lands, but he's drawing a ton of gas, and he's got 6 mana. Okay, you got Thassa. What's it for? Sirach. Alright. What's it? 5. Acidic Slime. This birthing pod feels strange. We get a scry 1 at least. It's pretty nice. Playing the birthing pod might lead him to play the Merciless Eviction on artifacts. Not interested in that. Craterhoof Behemoth. I guess that's a card we can play later. Can kill a Planeswalker if need be. Five gets his Acidic Slime, which kills a land. He's not have a land on top of his library, but he draws a card. He draws another card. He could have land. We're still. It's not horrible. What do we go after? His white land? Oh, he can't even, yeah. Well, he's drawing another white land. But, what's at 6? Primetime Woodland Bellower. Mutavault. Not a white land. Can we see what we've seen from his hand? He's played Thassa, he's played that. He still hasn't. We've seen the Underground Tomb, we've seen the Sphinx, we've seen that, we've seen that. So those are the 3 cards we know of. He has 5 in his hand total. Primeval Bounty. Didn't play one off his library. Can we kill land or anything? Fierce Empath gets us World Breaker. If we get the Woodland Bellower instead of the Primetime. I don't see that happening. Or we could just kill the Primeval Bounty. I think I'd rather attack his lands. Let's attack first. Can we then cast it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. We have to pay 2 life for this. For Fierce Empath. World Breaker. Don't get to draw a card off the World Breaker, but get to destroy a land. Let's see. He has 2 green, 2 blue, 3 black, 1 red. Let's go after red. Alright, what's at 7? Nothing. 8 is Craterhoof Behemoth, which is in our hand. So only the Fierce Empath is going to be valuable to sack, which we can get a 4, which is Sirach, which gives something haste. And I don't think there's any way he can cast the I don't remember what the name of the spell was. The white-black. Might be able to just kill him with Craterhoof Behemoth. We need to draw a land. Can we kill him though? It's +4. So 10, 19. Possibly, if he taps out here and we draw... Oh, he exile all artifacts. Merciless Eviction, that was the name of the card. How did he get all that mana? Where did he get 2 white from? I mean, I believe he got it. Attack. Please attack. Please, please, please attack. But we don't know if we're drawing a land. We get a scry. That's it. Alright. So does it do it? So +4. So that's 16. 21. 27. 28. 33. -7. It's 26. Leaves him with 1 life. Is it good enough? kill our fierce empath if he wants to. Actually, that kills him. That kills him. He cannot do that. He needed to block something else. So I think that was kind of a mistake. He could have stayed at 1 life if he had blocked something else with the courser, but he really wanted to keep the courser, and that was pretty greedy. He didn't do the math. So, but we won, and I think that was a hard one to win. All right, got another game with Selvala. We're on the draw. Give him a little GLHF. Do we keep this? This looks pretty awkward. What are we playing against? Orloro. Wow. Let's mulligan this. Like, this hand needs to draw something. Carpet of Flowers is good, but there's no lands in this. We'll keep this. Get a scry at least. Might be a bit dangerous to play a Dryad Arbor into a potential Fatal Push. Ulcerate or something like that. Not interested in that right now. Oh. Let's turn off the auto yields. Well, that's a good card. Feels like the choke is a concession to this matchup being potentially pretty bad. What's interesting is that there's no Prowling Serpapard. I saw another deck playing Gaia's Herald as well. So what's he going after here? Notably, he's tapped out. And also both of those are islands. So let's play the Druid. And my client looks like it crashed. And we're back, and the Druid is in play. Wonder what he tutored for. Hopefully not a Toxic Deluge. That would be pretty devastating. Hopefully he's looking for an answer for Selvala. And then we get to just drop the choke. But it seems optimistic that he would tap out here. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Play the Wood Elves. I think I Wasteland second. I think he tutored for the Ancient Tomb. Cycling on his turn. And then playing Fatal Push. Ulcerate. Both of those would be pretty bad for me. I'd have to draw a land in order to play this choke. Pithing Needle. Devoted Druid or Selvala? I've got removal for the Pithing Needle. If he names Selvala, if he names Devoted Druid, it doesn't even matter. It sucks to lose his secondary ability, but he still gets his mana ability. Drawing a land here would be nice against Daze. Although we can untap Devoted Druid if he doesn't name Devoted Druid. Umbra Mantle? Oh, okay. I am playing that card. That is a combo card. Oh, he's got the force. Alright, nothing to do about that. Had to try. And he's going to draw 3 cards. We haven't drawn any mana in quite some time. So our chances of resolving Selvala are pretty much nil at this point. I think it was still correct to go for the choke there. Although the way he was tapping out, it did seem pretty likely that he had a Force of Will or a free counterspell. But doing nothing didn't seem like the right play either. We actually got him down to 0 cards in hand, so the 3 cards he has are the ones. Let's play. Yeah, let's play this. Pretty soft to mass removal at this point. We were always going to be soft to mass removal. I don't like giving up too early, but I think it might be time to call this one in. If we don't draw a land or he counters... Alright, we draw a land. Do we play the E-Witness? Play E-Witness. He's going to counter it. Wanted to get back a land. Alright, so now we're taking damage. Some interesting Snapcaster Mage art. 3 cards. Selvala doesn't really do anything. Let's play it anyways. I don't think Boreal Druid does much more. See if we can live. I doubt it. Counterspell. I'm going to throw this one in. Ancestral Visions. Alright, got a game with Selvala. Playing first this time. Playing against Howling Dude, as I always called him. Kami the Crescent Moon. Don't see this one very often. See it in multiplayer, but that's a strange one to play. I'm gonna keep. And then we Green Sun Zenith for 0. Get ourselves the Dryad Arbor. He is playing blue, so that's something to take note of, but let's play Selvala. I don't think he can interact with it very well once it's on the board. Might be able to bounce it, but at least he's not increasing. That is a strange card to be playing. It's his turn, right? Yeah. Sometimes you lose track. Take a pause. You don't want to skip your own turn. Guess we Ancient Tomb, Oracle Medallion. And then play the Devoted Druid. Don't have a Fauna Shaman this time. No good attacks. He just blocked with Howling Dude. It's a little bigger. Repulse. Alright. Can't do too much about that. Not really interested in giving him 3 life in order to kill the Kami. Not really that interested in killing the Kami, to be honest. I wonder if he's just playing like a... I mean, you'd almost want to play like blue-green or something like that to get fog effects if you're playing like Turbo Fog. I guess this could be like taking turns or something like that. We had a lot of mana here. Let's play this, shuffle our library, see if we get another mana. Not another mana. Let's play Summoner's Pact. Do we just get Craterhoof Behemoth? And does that kill him? I think that just kills him, doesn't it? He could counter it, but... No, he's got a counter spell. Oh. I mean, you're dead, right? We don't need to do anything else. An interesting deck. I think it was definitely I don't know what he was planning, but I think it was definitely correct to seize the opportunity while I had it before his lands, he started running away with the, you know, potentially bouncing all my creatures, doing that kind of thing. I had the window. I think it was a good idea to take it. Alright, got another game. The Zeker was playing Rashmi last time I played him, I believe. Still playing Rashmi. I don't know how, we'll keep this. Seems great. We are on the play. Can't even force spike me here because of the ancient tomb. So I think he can force of will me, but I still think it's correct to just, oh, yeah, he's not. Can't force spike or daze. He can force of will, but I think it's correct to go for it anyways. We can save the life because he can't force spike or daze. Let's save the life. Might be able to, I mean, it's only until turn 3 that he can Song of the Dryads my creature, since he didn't play any ramp last turn. He can bounce a creature. So we only have 2 green mana. So I can place the rock, but then I can't activate Selvala unless I draw a forest, which I think is a little bit too hopeful, but it's still a good card. He probably counters Rock no matter what. Play the Druid. Ancient Tomb. It's like he was thinking about it. Do we continue to play in the, I mean, we still have 2 now. Play the Sirach and attack with Sirach. We do have, yeah, I think it's probably fine. He wants to counterspell it, then he's not countering other things later. Alright. We missed out on 3 damage there, but I think that was correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got a cord for 3 right now. 4 technically. Selvala taps for 2 mana. Alright, Sylvan Library is a great card. Maybe I should have left mana up. Where does that get us? Where is the deck? Can't think of the name of it right now. There's Oracle and Sirach at 4. There's it's a tough one. Let them know that I'm not just sitting here. This is only bad against force of will. Do I hit the Sylvan Library or do I hit a land? Let's hit the Sylvan Library. Alright, that's free. Not sure what he gets. Probably just a like command tower or something like that. Tropical island, same difference. I'd like to leave a green open for this worldly tutor. I think he counters this. But if not, we can make a beast. Makes our next turn better. I'm not going to draw 2 cards. He might think we're going to draw 2 cards. Prevents us from playing Worldly Tutor. But is fine. We can play it on our upkeep if we have to. If he drops Rashmi, I think I might like to duplicate it. Rashmi can definitely be problematic. Well, we do draw a card off of this. That's pretty good. Let's not let him know that we have that. Six, huh? Oh, okay. He's going after the Prophet of Krufix. Grab us a duplicate. It's at 3 mana. You can drop Rashmi in response. Or maybe bounce the Prophet. Flex Manta. Well, that's pretty good. Not really anything I can do to stop that. I think there's a good chance he plays Rashmi here. Don't have an instant to disrupt that. Alright. Future Sight and Jace. Omega's the future. Doesn't look particularly great for us here. That Prophet just got off to too slow a start. Couldn't really mana ramp here. We've seen these two cards, so notably none of those are counter spells. And I don't think he has a counterspell. But we really badly need to draw something that does something. Thing in the ice goes on top. He draws thing in the ice. He can't profitably attack. And we draw a land. I guess you can E-Witness for a miscalc. Or a Spell Pierce. Actually would be pretty good here. Just because it eats up my mana. You might even hit a counterspell off the E-Witness. It's funny when E-Witness looks a lot like Snapcaster Mage. Cost a mana more, but it doesn't even exile the spell. Oh, jeez. Now we can E-Witness. That actually is pretty bad. If he finds that play, I'm just gonna bail. Oh, so he doesn't find that play. Can we kill him? Could force a lot of really bad blocks. Hmm. Not sure what he has here. Talrand. You know, I almost think I should have just tapped these two guys for 10 mana, sack the Crater Hook Behemoth for 10 cards, seen what happened. What did he get back? Targeting Ponder. Go after Jace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, let's go after Jace twice. I don't think I can kill him. I think I'd rather just kill Jace. Oof. Quarter calling's bad. I don't know what you get, but it can't be good, right? Sprout Swarm. I mean, still just dead, right? If we're lucky, he'll tap out. Go up to the pig. Two bad guys. Draw a card. So we're gonna kill this thing this turn. Is that all we can do? No. I think we just won, actually. 'Cause we can... Weird Harvest for 2 creatures. Oops. Do you see how you're dead yet? You can logic knot this. Okay. Yeah. It took me a minute to find the win there, but once I saw it, that I forgot how good Quirion Ranger and Scribe Ranger were. I'm like, wait, it says untap target creature, and then I found it, and whew, that one was tough. All right, got another game. Playing first, playing against Izuri. Choke's interesting. Yeah, let's keep it. Get a turn 2 choke. He could have Force Spike, Daze, Force of Will, but he doesn't. So he has to get a basic Force probably. Mosswort Bridge is pretty good, especially in an Azuri shell. Let's go for Selvala. He only has so many answers once it enters play. This is good against Force Spike and Daze. Wouldn't mind drawing a threat here. Alright, he decided to go for the tropical island. And he's using his blue mana. He's got the grip. So Invigorate gives us 5. What's this? Woodland Bellower for another creature? Seems pretty good. Oh, that creature, this. Oh, 6. So we don't draw a card off the Woodland Bellower. What's interesting is we could get like a Scribe Sprites, a Scribe Ranger, and untap Selvala, but we don't have much more to do. Or we could just get something for next turn with the Fierce Empath. I think that's probably pretty good. Worldbreaker, or can we cast an Ulamog next turn? He might be able to stop us from casting an Ulamog next turn. Let's get Ulamog. Got this crop rotation. So I can get the Eye of Ugin. Don't think I have to. Summary Dismissal would be pretty good here. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we win. Alright, so we got another game. We get to play first, which is always a good thing. No green mana here. Playing against Kami again. Seems keepable. It's kind of gas. Looks like we can cast it at some point. Let's play the Dryad Arbor. Wonder if we'll get to figure out what this Kami's plan is. I'm guessing it's taking turns. Alright, we draw an extra card. We play Devoted Druid. Well, that definitely suggests that he's looking to take turns. So we cast Explore. Shackles is interesting. So Shackles makes Selvala pretty bad. We can Garuk. Kind of don't like not Wood Elves. Not playing Wood Elves, but return to an elf you control. Untap target creature. That taxes him 2 and us 3. Because we can't actually return this. This is an elf. Let's go with the Planeswalker plan for now. I know, it looks like we might have a force. Alright, that's a force. Do I kill it? Let's kill it. He probably just steals the symbiote, but that's fine. I think I might even return the Wood Elves. Alright. So he's playing Stasis. That's interesting. And Jace. That's not great. I don't think I care about the Sakura Tribe Elder anymore. This is pretty bad for me. I have to swing at that Jace. I think, but then he just blocks with something. Let's just say go. See what we can do later. Alright, that's interesting. Did it do anything? Not really. Alright, we'll say go. I'm about to die to this Jace in a couple of turns. Let's swing at it. Alright. Utopia Sprawl is fairly free. Unless he counters it, and I don't think he wants to counter it. Okay, Wasteland can hit that, but it can't hit a snow-covered forest. No, that doesn't do anything. It gets another forest. It's interesting. Okay. Well, that's actually pretty bad. Because you got to untap mana. Looking pretty... And he played another mana. Jeez, just cannot beat this. Do have another turn here. Although drawing Reclamation Sage at this point doesn't do anything. That entrance battlefield tapped. Whatever, let's just pack it in. We died to stasis. Got another game. We're on the draw. Playing against Zergo, so mono red. This hand looks almost keepable, but I'm going to mulligan it. This hand looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll keep that. Fairly high chance he has removal for Selvala. Also fairly high chance he'll have removal for an elf, so let's play the Sprawl. This doesn't die to Wasteland. Three visits is good. Would we rather ramp up or just play Selvala? Elf. Tough one, actually. If he has removal, what are we doing? We can't block anyways. Let's go for it. Find out what happens. At least the removal's not pointing at our face. Although then we take 3 damage anyways. We can cast it 2 turns later with the mana ramp in our hand. Oh, there's the removal. Saw that coming. Well, that's pretty good. So that's elves. Arbor elf. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. I guess it doesn't matter, but I did do that in the wrong order. So let's play this. Get a forest. I think we block with the Finhorn elves. Not the Arbor Elves, and I think we block the Foundry Street tenants and I'm going to take the damage. Otherwise, that's pretty bad for us in the long run. Wildest Dreams is 5 mana to get an elf and a 3 visits back. I don't know if that's good enough yet. He probably has more removal for this thing, but I think it's kind of the same. Shrine of Burning Rage. Do you have attacks? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. So I can just get everything back. That's pretty good. Does it do anything? Gets us everything back. It does some damage to him. Well, that wasn't correct, was it? We draw a card too. It's probably a waste of a Crater Hoof, but no, now it's not. What do we get? What do we get? We can untap it and get back our graveyard. We can Fierce Empath and play something huge next turn. That's probably correct. I think, can we play Emrakul next turn? Is that greedy? If he destroys our creature, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, we win. Alright, we got another game here. Oh. Same matchup. We play first. We definitely keep this hand. Oh, we play second. I'm holding Wildest Dreams again. Seems like more of a late game card. Signal Pest. Interesting. Seems like a decent card. We take 2. I think this time we don't Selvala. I think we Wood Elves into Boreal Druid. I don't know if we block here. Double block Zergo. Can't block the signal pest. Removal might punish the double block. There's a Fire Dancer. I think we could just take 3. I think it's better to block later. And I think this, well, this can get 5. Let's see, 4 is Oracle and Sirach. 5 is Acidic Slime only. So we could get a Sirach. I don't think that does much. I think we play the Acidic Slime here. Hit the Signal Pest. Make his attacks pretty bad. Searing Spear me for 6. Oh, okay, that kills a creature. I'd like to draw a land here. Oh, forgot about Woodland Bellower. I was thinking Primeval Titan. Woodland Bellower into like Tireless Tracker might be pretty good. Is there anything that blocks better? Let's go Woodland Bellower into Eternal Witness, getting back Acidic Slime. Well, no, we can't cast Acidic Slime next turn. Let's get Primeval Titan. It's so hard to kill. Let's get this thing. And Hall of the Bandit Lord. Chandra. 1 damage and 1 to a creature. Alright. Can't block, I see. Not interested in losing the game. Ayavugan, huh? So, these two together guarantee to kill this? Wirewood Lodge. Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, there's no blocks where that works. So you can get a hasty Selvala, sack it and get Selvala. Crater Hoof Behemoth is the only. Or Woodland Bellower? Actually, that's pretty good. Let's do that. I think we can just cast Emrakul next turn, even if he kills. Okay. Alright, and we win again. Alright, we got us a game. Playing against Bio Smasher and Chrome. And this is a decent hand. I don't know if it's great. We'll keep it. We're on the play. Gets turn one ponder. At least we're not getting thought seized. Probably take the druid. I'm not gonna wasteland. Might wasteland next turn. I don't know, I kind of want the mana. Now let's wasteland. Move to the second main phase. Then play Selvala. He might have a 1-mana counter. Looks like he does. Nope. Might have a removal spell. See if we can get this Sirach to land. If we do, we untap Selvala, or we untap the Druid and use Selvalla's ability. And he counters it. That's fine. Let's just strike him for 2. He can take the Eldritch Evolution, and that's it. Which is an outstanding card. It's not great to not have it. And we draw a forest, so we don't have to use... This is pretty good against removal. I don't know if we just sack this end of turn. He doesn't get haste this turn. No, let's not sack it yet. We need mana from it to make the Woodland Bellower good. So at this point, Vial Smasher is not looking great. He might have removal. I'm not sure why he wouldn't have killed Selvala yet if he had removal. Let's go for the Woodland Bellower. Right? Just to lapse our memory. Do I want to... This gets me 5, 6, 7. Not enough to... No, just 6. What do we want here? Can't Thought Not Seize. Reclamation Sage doesn't do anything. Eternal Witness gets us back. But we want something with a high power. Do this next turn. Force him to... That's pretty good. Let's do that. Get rid of this, this, and this. Play an Oracle. Play a land. And say go. Alright, he plays Jace. Doesn't matter what order we put this in. We do that for 12 mana. And then we sack it for 12 cards. Discarding that, that, and that. Don't sack. Sure. Let's play Woodland Bellower. Get a Fierce Empath. Get Ulamog, is probably right. Ulamog. Draw a card. Play this land. Untap our elf. Tap it again. Play Ulamog. Get rid of Jace and Creeping Tar Pit. Alright, we win. We were going to go off. There's a ranger here. We can untap it, get 10 more mana, do a Weird Harvest. We could probably even have cast Emrakul that turn. And then, so that's clearly a win. Alright, so we got us another game. We are on the draw. Alright, we got Bile Smasher and Bruce Tarl this turn. So no blue mana. Hand looks pretty slow, but that Hall of Gemstones that we can't cast looks pretty good. I don't know if let's keep it and see what happens. We're on the draw. Hopefully we draw a forest. Fauna Shaman's pretty good. I don't like not having any mana ramp, but I think when you don't have... Oh, there's mana ramp. When you don't have to worry about blue as much, I think you can keep a slightly slower hand. And then this Hall of Gemstones next turn is going to be brutal. He can't cast either of his commanders while a Hall of Gemstone is out. Alright, Stoneforge Mystic. That's actually pretty good. He gets a Jit. So that's fairly bad for us. Do we get a, if we just play the Selvala, do we get to go off? Unless he has a 2-mana land. I mean, he still can't. Let's go for broke. See what happens. He's looking to spend colorless mana this turn anyways. Oh, that's not good. He clearly takes the Dreadnought. Although the Hall of Gemstone looks pretty bad, it might entice him. But I think that depends on how well you know the deck. If you know the deck, you take the Dreadnought 100%. And if you can put 2 and 2 together, I think it's pretty easy to figure out that the Dreadnought is really bad. What did he take? Oh, he took the Fauna Shaman. He's got removal. Just gonna play the Jit. I will world break. Oh, there's his removal. Okay. So he chooses white. He's got enough to make the Jit, and then he can kill my Dryad Arbor. So he goes for that play. Sure would like a land here. Otherwise, I'm just going to die to this Jit. Alright, nothing I can do here. Jeez. I don't think I can worldly tutor here. I need to draw land. Alright. I can't do anything. I think I went all in the wrong direction because he had removal for Selvala, but I don't think it really would have mattered because we just didn't draw any lands. So we'll give him the old GG. Alright, we got another game. We are on the draw again. We're against the same opponent. Do I want to keep this bad hand? Let's mulligan. No color land. Mulligan again. I guess we have to keep this, and let's keep that land. Wild Growth isn't subject to anything but Ghost Quarter. Most decks don't play Ghost Quarter. And he draws a Stoneford Mystic again, which is pretty lucky. He goes straight for the Jit. See if he has removal. We don't have any other play here. He's got a discard spell. Takes the Thought-Knot Seer. He's got Dismember for Selvala. He's not playing a Jit, and notably he's not playing a land. It's just probably still good enough if you only have 2 lands. Alright, well this gives us Woodland Bellower no matter what next turn. Jit can't kill Selvala. He probably has enough kill spells. So. Right. Well, we can't take 1 damage here, or the Jit does kill us. Guess we can swing with... I don't think we get anything that can make a green mana this turn. Let's take a look. Because Oracle is too expensive. Yes, please. Tireless Tracker, Sheltering Agent. Oh, Reclamation Sage. I would love to be able to get a Fierce Empath, but we've got the Ulamog already. Yep. Definitely want to use that ability. Definitely want to draw a card. Non-artifact, non-land, and let's swing and attack. If he's got removal, okay. He's got removal. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. So I guess we're just on the land destruction plan. Do we trade 2 for 1? Yeah, it seems fine. We're at a higher life total. Shriekmaw. He just has a ton of removal. He gets to actually draw a card off of this. He doesn't get to keep the Shriekmaw around though. Can we... I really want to go after this land again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't allow us to do both. Really want to go after the land. Alright. See if he has enough removal. Why does that cost so much? Did it die twice? Yeah, it did. Right, he's got another land anyways. Scrounger doesn't do much. Draws him a card. Skull Clamp. See what we draw here. Carpet of Flowers doesn't do anything. So let's discard it. Or exile it. And let's cast a World Breaker. Do we exile the Scrap Piece Scrounger or the Skull Clamp? Alright, doesn't matter. We win. Alright, I think that one's a really tough matchup. Evidenced by the first game. He drew Stoneforge both times, and Jit is a pretty big problem, but he's just playing a top pile of removal. And that's pretty bad for us, so I got a little bit lucky here. I think you can kind of try and wear out the removal, which we were able to do. He even drew 2 cards off of our Selvala, which is pretty tough to fight against. But we got there, and if he didn't have removal, we were Ulamogging next turn. Let me start out the conclusion by saying that this deck is nuts. It can win out of absolutely nowhere. There were a couple of games where I felt way behind, but just by tapping Selvala, I was able to find a line that won the game pretty much right away. I was able to legitimately cast Emrakul once, and I likely would have been able to cast her several more times if my opponents hadn't quit first. The deck does some amazing stuff, and it's pretty consistent. The reason I don't think you see this much in the metagame, though, is because it's soft to both removal and counter spells. A deck like Titania, for example, doesn't care much about removal, because it can just get its value right away. This deck can work around its weaknesses, though. You can have a Hall of the Bandit Lord, or you can wear down the removal, or you can just play large creatures and not worry about Selvala at all. So while this deck has more weaknesses than a deck like Titania, I think it has more game against its bad matchups. The commander is also cheaper, too, so sometimes you can just ride Selvala to an early victory and just ignore what your opponent is doing, especially if on the play. That said, I think that while Titania and Selvala have some good matchups that are the same, Titania is better at capitalizing on those good matchups. Sometimes you really have to work hard to find a win with Selvala, and you also need to draw some good cards. Whereas both lands and spells are good cards in a Titania deck. I think that Titania is just a little more consistent, which is likely why it's currently posting better tournament results. So if you want a tournament viable deck, this deck is good, but not great. And there are definitely better decks out there. But if you want to play a magical Christmas land deck in 1v1 Commander, Selvala is definitely your gal. It is hard to deny just how good casting Emrakul feels.